Never mind me while I'm stepping out my circumference. I feel the nerves trickling down. It's life humbling. My words stutter, stumbling, staggered, I'm caught off guard. This the life of a jigaboo, introverted, I'm scarred. Whoa, my murder been the melodies while they sing the choruses. Direct message from Slade saying we need more of it. Paranoia in my state, I see envy at high rates. Now it's crop off the fate, turn great so I fly straight. Was gone for a minute, now I'm back like an X with big factors. I see you turn flat like extinct like some raptors. When I drop fruit, prayer, precision, practice and patience, we move to greener pastures. They're saying life is a matter of mastering basics and mastering patience. More time I get tired of waiting. Maybe it's fate procrastinating. The times are bad, so it really had me sprung like she got me doing things that I never do. You thought that we connected when in fact it was trauma bonding. Just leave it up to me to break the rules, never corresponding. My childhood filled with fence climbs and knee scrapes and bikes and kicking it by the street signs. The older I get, I'm trying to lessen any screen time. The bounce back heavy, I rock steady on climb. This world's a fucking loop, the news will pick and choose whatever truth they wanna give to you. I cannot stomach it, so I poop. Oops. When life turns sweeter, the lemon mouths get louder. But I'm amplified with ghosts from God like that boy Fowler. Working like I got that point to prove. But truth be told, the proof is right in the pudding, no point to lose. 60 for the crepes, yeah, I did that just because. She expecting more, girl, you know I'm saving up. Left me on red, well, it was what it was. Never stress over them joints or in downs when times get rough, so I ghost. Long are the days when we was close, and when I see you, it's like two completely different type of ghosts. I approach the weekly fire dropping, which I'm feeding. Still, I don't expect to be the one. Your boy having fun, still the songs get spun like Beyblades and teacups. My fun fair to those that ever really know me from jump. So what's up, I've been the one they all depended on like TJ. Now they're dead wilder than a furry knockout punch, leaving them straight stunned. It's hella fun. Now you know I'm coming through. When the growth look good on you, best believe they wanna screw now. I've been trying to climb, devil threw me in the dark. Baby, don't be insecure, you can still go make a mark like blow. Could never let them drain my soul now. Blow. Tables turning like doorknobs, wow. Blow. I think I'm about to set sail. I'm a walking, living legend, walking with my chest out. Life keep dealing me cards, I keep feeling it.
What's going on, people? What's going on? What's going on? Good morning to everybody in the building, whether you're over on X, whether you're in another country, whether you're on holiday, whatever the vibes, whatever the ties, big up to your damn self. You guys can already see I'm joined by the main man himself, and that is Ends. Make sure you guys subscribe to Ends Man TV. His channel is, of course, in my feature channel list anyway. So if you're lazy, or if you're just cutting through, just doing a quick one, make sure you, of course, you head on over there, subscribe to his channel, and subscribe to his Spotify channel as well. Listen to some really, really good conversations over there. Some conversations that might not necessarily be on YouTube. So make sure you guys head on over there and check. Look, he's telling you. So make sure you guys, of course, check that out. Big up everybody in the building. As I said before, smash a like, share, and subscribe. Now we've done with all the YouTube content creation, declaration crap. Let's get into today's conversation. We saw it yesterday morning. You guys chopped it up with me. It was a very, very good conversation, actually. Talking about just targets in general. Now, obviously, it's difficult. We haven't even got the new manager in yet. Listen, for all I know, Liverpool don't even get on this lot. After this whole thing, we don't even get it. We get someone else. That would be typical Liverpool, right? But, of course, it's looking like, you know, that deal is obviously going to get done and dusted, ASAP. And I think looking at targets, excuse me, I know we've looked at yesterday, obviously, was the defensive target. So a lot of you mentioned about getting a centre back in. Some of you obviously wanted a replacement or even just a backup at left back. And then, of course, right back, another kind of touchy area. And that was a very, very good conversation. Today, we're looking at the midfield. And just before I get into the comments and big up everybody, of course, who's inside, I'll ask Ends this, and then obviously we'll get into it. When we're looking at the midfield, last night, like I was on the computer for time, trying to figure it out, because it's such a weird area to talk about when we're talking about targets and stuff like that, because we're so stacked. We have bare midfielders, bro. Like, and I'm including the ones Tyler Morton, Fabio Carvalho, the ones out on loan, to then bring them back in. And then if you add them to the Curtis Jones, the McAllisters, the Bozalai, Harvey Elliott, Ryan Gravenberch, like Stefan Bajcetic, when you add that, you're almost like, do we need to upgrade in that area? Like, is that an area really that the manager would look at? Like, it was tricky, and obviously, of course, for the sake of the video, you know, I'm trying to find like targets that I wouldn't mind, you know, of course, the club to sign and stuff like that, and maybe areas that I might find weak. But how do you look at the whole midfield, you know, situation, man?
No, I think you're right.
You sound super duper 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 quiet.
My low. Let me turn it up. Is it louder?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Nah, I think you're right, bro. We are stacked in midfield. I think it all just comes down to what the manager needs in terms of how he's gonna play. Do we need an out and out number 6? Yeah, because you're thinking Wataru probably won't be here for much longer. But then you've got players that can play there. You got the Stefan. Is he ready? Probably not just yet, but we don't know unless he plays. But apart from that area, man, I honestly don't see what else we need. I think there's players there that can do a particular job for us. It's just that I think this season is some performances have been great, some have just been underwhelming. So I don't think we kind of trust the ones we currently have in terms of like, if you're going to play in the 10, I need you to be doing this. If you're in the 6, I need you to do that. If you're on that right or the left hand side of the midfield, I need you to do this and that. I just feel like if there is players out there to go and add to it, which there's always going to be world-class players or players you can add in general to make your squad better or your team better. I don't know what we actually kind of need apart from a 6, you know, bro. I know I want like obviously an out-and-out number 10, but can Bobo do it? Can Matt do it? Can Harvey do it? Can Gravers do it?
It's a bag of man.
Bro, and then the conversation about Mo potentially in there. So there's so many players that can go in there. Do we need wingers? We got them, but do we need different style of wingers? Maybe one on the right hand side, a bit of competition with Mo. Bro, honestly, I don't actually know, if I'm going to be totally honest, bro, what we can actually do to this midfield. Because unless you're going to get rid of some man and bring some next dons in, that's another conversation, but I don't know. And then Fab as well, big up Pops. Fab as well, he's on the way back, saying he wants the 10. So
this and this is where, you know, it got tricky. I'll get into the comments now. Big up, of course, Scraps in the building. Big up, Aldrin. Good morning to yourself. I wanted Coop Miners before he left AZ to Atalanta. Yeah, Coop Miners is a decent player. Unfortunately, doesn't make my list, but he's a decent player. Big up Strasbourg. Steve, make sure you guys head on over there and subscribe to his channel. Yeah, done it already. Literally, as soon as I saw the message, I made you a mod. So yeah, make sure you guys, of course, head on over there. Big up Honesty in the building. Big up Ali A. Big up Gramps. Big up Mandem. DM is priority. Otherwise, we will have the same issues as this season. We need balance in there. I hear it. Supposedly on debut season, perhaps I set the bar too high because I think there were certain matches where I couldn't bring out the best in myself. He burned himself out. Is that a quote that he said recently?
It must have been a quote because he's got quotation. I don't know if it is, but it looks like it is.
Say no more. Douglas Luiz for me and Sel Carvalho. I know a couple man that might not be happy with that. Big up Pops in the building. Make sure you guys, of course, head on over to Beijing Reds TV and subscribe over there ASAP. Don't waste no time. Big up Christian. In midfield, we need a DM 1000%. Lots of 10s and centre mids. I can't lie. Yeah, it's true. Enzo just said it there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's crazy. And big up Steve. Much love and respect, my bro, for the super chat. I think Xavier Salga at RB Leipzig would be good. Haven't even checked him out. Looks like that's another player that I need to go and take a look at. But big up again. Much love and respect, my bro, for the super chat. Honestly saying, sell Carvalho, get Douglas Luiz and sell Endo for Alan Varela or Matt Wieffer. Yeah. Morton is coming back too, but I think we need that 6, Pop says. No, I can't, by the way. Gramps. Just from the videos I've watched of Final, you could argue Tyler Morton could fit his system more so than a Curtis Jones. Could be wrong, but I'm excited for pre-season. Listen, I think a lot of the players might be, even like the fringe players anyway. I know they're definitely looking at it thinking, yo, like N said it before, clean slate, you know. This manager don't know. He don't know that I, you know what I mean? I didn't pass the bleep test last season. Like maybe this season he don't care about the bleep test. Maybe he just cares, can I ball out? Can I play football? We need a CDM. That seems to be the general consensus. Christian Kamara Villa would have been a great option, but he got a long-term injury. Yeah, unfortunately, he also did not make my list, but it was for that very reason right there. Yeah, he said in the interview, Johnny Cardozo from Real Betis would be sick. I can't lie. Again, another player I need to check out. Honestly, I want to see at least for one match if we get Douglas Luiz, Trent, and Douglas Luiz in the double. Oh, Douglas Luiz and Trent in the double pivot. Where does McAllister play? That's the only question I'll ask to that, honestly. Like, unless you got McAllister playing further forward, this is what Enz is basically saying, you know, ultimately. And this is why I thought the forward area would be hard. So what I've done today is I've only really focused on centre mids, DMs, and attacking midfielders, right?
Okay.
I've not looked at like left wing or right. We'll do that tomorrow for the forward kind of line, looking at forwards, left wing, right wing, and obviously strikers. So I'll say it now just as a disclaimer because I know there's players out there. So for example, a Javi Simmons, he would make my list straight away. Like that's definitely one player. Cool. That's definitely one player that I would look at and I'd be like, oh, you know what? I wouldn't even mind like a Javi Simmons in my team. Like that would be a signing. I would say get him straight away, especially if you couldn't get a Florian Wirtz or a Musiala. He's like the next kind of person. But where he's played more like a, you know, RB Leipzig systems like a 4-2-2, 4-2-2-2. Yeah, I think 2-4-6. Yeah, something like that. 4-2-2-2 system where they're playing that kind of system. That's where I'm a little bit like, okay, fair enough. But he's playing more on like the left wing as opposed to like the right wing. So I've left him for like the forward area. I said he's too difficult for me to place into like midfield, so to speak, even though he has played, of course, attacking midfield. He's played up front. He's played on the right. Like I said, you know what? Let's leave him. He can be an honourable mention. He's definitely someone I would like. Musiala, the exact same thing. Again, played attacking midfield, played left wing, played right wing, up front. DM, like he's played so many different positions. They're the ones I'm like, let's leave those alone. Florian Wirtz, I know that's a player that Enz does like. That's a player who I find is going to be unattainable for Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool will go out. And yeah, do you get what I mean? So again, I've missed him out. So I don't want people to sit here and think, oh, bro, you don't even want. Of course, we would all love these kind of players, but I'm trying to be as realistic as possible, knowing our owners, knowing our club, and also knowing the direction I think that we're obviously trying to move into. Just before I get into the first player, as he says there, please subscribe to End Man TV. The link is there in the chat. Big up Steve.
Big up Steve, man.
One, much love. Mac in the 10. Okay, fair enough. I was kind of thinking. Again, another unobtainable player. Like, bro, I could give you a list of players that I thought about. I had about 20 players. I struggled after that. I really did struggle. I'm just trying to think. Nah.
Yo.
Yeah, you sound fine on my end. You sound super fine on my end.
Guys in the chat, let me know if I'm echoing. I feel like sounds like I am. I can hear like, well, it's fine. If it's not, it's all good.
Yeah, no, you sound calm. Yeah, but again, Zay Emery, I would love to get someone like him. Can play in the DM as like he could do the deep line thing. He could do the box-to-box thing if you wanted to put him into a three-man midfield and you didn't want him to be the lone six. I've seen him play further forward as well. Comfortable on the ball. Fantastic player. But again, unobtainable. really unobtainable. I don't really think that's someone to get. Steve's got a question. Again, big up, Steve, for the super chat, my bro. Much appreciated. What league do you two like buying midfielders from compared to others? For example, I like looking at fullbacks from Bundesliga. Enz, go on.
I don't actually have a particular league, but I like sometimes to buy players from your own league though. I like to get players that's already playing and establish themselves and, you know, become one of those, say, driving forces in the league where like people respect you. I like to get those players because they're always going to make your team a lot better than what it is. If not, I'd probably say La Liga as well. Because you always get some ballers. You get some gems there where no one really rates them or no one really watches them. But then you go and actually watch some videos or pay attention to a couple of their games. Cold. But I like buying players in your league.
No, I kind of agree with Vince, to be honest. I don't think there is really a preference to anything. It doesn't really matter. I don't have and I'm even trying to think. I'm even trying to go back to like my Football Manager says, like, and I don't have like a preference even on there where I'm like, oh, let me go to France to look for this, or Germany for that, or Italy for this. I just, bro, you're good kind of thing. Obviously, maybe there's a subconscious thought though in that. I will say that there might be a subconscious thought. I might think when I'm looking at defenders and might immediately want to go to Italy or Germany as an example. Or when I'm looking at like strikers is difficult because I feel like there's so many around the entire world, but I might not look at France for strikers as an example. Like that's just off the top. So there might be a subconscious thought. That's a good question though. That is a good question. Javi Simmons, yeah, like I said, man, he's phenomenal. He's absolutely phenomenal. But like I said, I think that is totally unobtainable. Christian saying midfield and defense are easy reinforcements to make. It's the forwards that is going to be difficult to reinforce. Number 9 position is the only position where 27 or 28-year-old signing would be understandable. I will say to that, no, I think midfield is the toughest for Liverpool anyway. As En said earlier on in the stream, understand how many midfielders we actually have. And it's not like we've got ones who are on their last year contract. These are players. We've got an entire midfield, basically, who have just been signed. You've got 2 players, let's say, who go into the first team squad at the bare minimum, on top of the ones that we also have left, the Curtis Jones, the Harvey Elliott's, Bajcetic. Midfield is the toughest one that I found. Anyway, forward line, I'll be real. I've got about 40 names, easy, off the top of my head, that I could easily find that I'll be like, yep, get him. Obviously, trying to make it contextual in terms of for Liverpool, that might whittle down to like 15 or 20. But I feel like that area was kind of easy. Like I didn't really struggle when I was trying to find, players for that. But, we'll wait and see. Scraps is saying, yeah, the sound is fine, by the way. So you're good. Graham saying, I would love a Javi Simmons in the squad. He could be a target for next summer if Elliot Carvalho's Pozo in his end doesn't work. Yo, if 3 of those players don't work, bro, scrap the system. Just do something else. You try 3 players in 1 year, it might not be the players. It might just be the system. Wirtz would be ideal, but he's going to go Madrid like the rest of the stars. Yeah, of course. But yeah, Pops is saying it's clear. Cool. Anything else pop in? Prem players would be ideal, but the prices go up straight away. I know. 100% no. 100% no. Listen, we be quoted stupid prices for certain players that you just think, but then ultimately, do you want to pay it or not? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we can sit here and deliberate all day long, but do you want to play it? Kind of thing. Steve saying, yeah, Ends, I agree. La Liga is my go-to league for midfielders. League R is my go-to for forwards.
Go to League R because all them strikers are fast, bro. That's why you go there.
Yeah, listen, big up honesty for that one. I see that. And do you believe our player profile will change in terms of age groups we look at? Changes under slot. What do you think, man? Do you think we're not going to go for that typical 22 to 25 kind of thing?
Yeah, but I think it's my preference as well, man, because I don't mind going for future prospects and players that you think you can develop. But I was just thinking, obviously speaking about midfielders, when we get there, I'll mention a name as well. But I'm like, nah, do you know what? I think when you sign a senior style player, I'm not saying he needs to be like a Wataru age, but someone in that 27, 30 bracket, in between that, established, knows what they're doing, trophies in the bag, even if they don't even have, but that they're very good players and they massively improve your team straight away. I think we need to start signing those type of players because I feel like that would then give us that instant success where signing the 20s to 25s, I think we normally do a 20 to 24. You tend to go, right, we could win something. We might win something. We could challenge and then we might grab 1, maybe 2 if we're lucky. I feel like if you sign a bit more senior star players, it might just be a wrap in terms of going for like a league title, Champions League, etc.
I echo that, man. I echo that. We're singing from the same hymn sheet, man. Like we do. I think every top team should have a. But then again, they might look at it and think, well, we've got Alisson, we've got Van Dijk, we've got Mo Salah, we've got Robbo. So they might think we've already got the experienced players at that kind of age bracket. But some of them are over. Well, they're all over 30 or over. So I'm looking at it thinking, I think you need more prime players. And I think every team should have more. It's weird. Like I think we've got more potential than we do players either in prime or like doing their thing or just coming out of that prime kind of thing, like a Mo Salah who's just like, all right, he's past his prime now, he's just doing his own kind of thing. I think we've got too many potential players. I think
the only person that's in that potential area, isn't it? Maybe Jota and Diaz.
I would say Jota, Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Curtis.
I mean, in terms of that age profile, I'm talking about, go prospects to future talent as that bracket. Then you've got that established bracket, which is when we sign like the Virgils and the Mo's and the money, they kind of establish themselves a bit, not massively. And then you've got your seniors. So Mo, Virgil, Robbo, they all fall into that senior. But the ones that fall just below that, Diaz is 27. What's Jota? 26, 27? Jota, I have to correct me on their age, guys, in the chat. But yeah, they're the other one. But when you go the other way, Mack is 24, 25, Sobo's 23, Gakpo's 23, Nunes, where is he, 24, Gravenberch 21, Harvey 21, Curtis 23. So there's no, I'm trying to think of the other, Konate, where is he, 23, 24, Bradley 20, Trent 25. Even if you go to Kelleher, where is he, 25 as well, 26, 25. Yeah. So we don't have them much players that fall in that little middle bracket at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I know you guys have the stats and that, bro. But I don't think we have, apart from those two. Maybe there's another guy I probably forgot off the top of my head, but there's the seniors. There's no real middle group, and then they've got just the young youths.
Yeah, it's true. And that's what I'm saying. We need more of those in that gap. We need that gap to almost be filled. So we'll obviously get into certain players in a sec. But yeah, I just feel like that gap is always missing for Liverpool. I think we had it.
We did have it.
When we won the Champions League, won the Premier League, I thought like, okay, you've got like, obviously at that time, Trent was still like 19 or whatever it was, Robbo was still a relatively younger, obviously Mo, Mane, Firmino, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, these guys were like everyone was in like the right ages that we needed for what we needed to do. And I just think we've just kind of deviated a little bit. Pops, if we look back at how Klopp started, I don't think Mr. Locke will have that many additions to make. Slot, I guess. He may have to wait a year to work out who fits and who should be moved on. I hear it. This is the problem. I think Liverpool fans, not the club, the fans are going to struggle with more than anything. Is if things are looking a little bit fugazi in the first season and it doesn't yet. I just don't know about patience. I know everyone keeps talking about you'll never walk alone and we'll have all the patience in the world. But this isn't 8 years ago, guys. We're not really at that type of club where you're like, no, this is calm. Like, don't worry about it, man. Like, we'll give this guy 8 years and he can do the same thing as Klopp. I don't see that level of patience going to happen, but we'll wait and see. He does deserve a fair shot at everything. Angelo Stiller. All right, cool. At Stuttgart is quality. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. All right. Who should we start off with first? You know what? Honestly, you said it already. I got to start off with my guy. Youssouf Fofana. Have to start off with him.
You've been saying about this guy for time,
bro. And then I
remember in the summer, I'm like, he's going to make me have to go and do research on the Donny to see if he fits the mold. Do you know what put me off, though, G? There was a conversation. I don't know if it was us having it or I saw a video. It's like, but you ain't even that fast anyway. And I'm like, nah, hold on a minute. What do you mean you ain't that fast? So I don't know.
Listen.
G, educate me. Talk to me. Why this
Listen,
Donny, bro?
listen.
I see the stats on that. Go on, why educate me?
Yeah. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Is like, obviously this is just Football Manager stats anyway. So take this with a pinch of salt, guys. As I said yesterday, don't make it, gospel. These ain't the real stats. I don't know what they would even be and how they would even measure it. But when you're looking at these things, if we just go based on these stats here, I'm looking at certain things like the work rate being really good, teamwork, positioning being pretty decent, aggression being pretty decent, strength, stamina, natural fitness, balance being really, really good. You guys can see his heat map in the top right of the picture. This is the guy who covers all of these areas, on the pitch. And I think when I'm looking at, like, DM is obviously the position I think Liverpool 100% need to upgrade in. When I'm looking at him, I'm saying you can still keep an Endo, by the way. You keep, I wouldn't just sell him. Keep him there. But this is the guy who is coming into the team, I think, and this is just my own personal opinion, he's coming into the team for me almost like a Fabinho comes into our team. When Fabinho came into our team, he wasn't the Fabinho that we knew, i.e., he wasn't this world-class DM. He was doing his thing, like Fofana is at Monaco. Couple of seasons, you were like, right, okay, cool. Like, yeah, he's kind of solid. And obviously, teams are looking for DMs and stuff like that. And of course, his name was being bandied about for other clubs and etc. etc. When I'm looking at Fofana, this is the type of midfielder. This is the type of DM that I would love, like literally love Liverpool to go out there and sign. This season, played what's that? 33 games, 3 goals, 4 assists. I don't even care about the.
That's not bad from DM, bro. That's
no. This
yeah.
and I'm not even trying to care. I'm not even trying to care about the goal the fact that he can get you goals. I'm not even trying to care the fact that he can also get you guys assists. This is just there for the guys who like the stats and the GA. This is really for you guys out there who want to obviously use that. But as you can see, he can get you those kind of things. He is a threat, so to speak, going forward. I wouldn't say some major threat and be scared of, Fofana's running at you. I wouldn't go that far, but I would definitely say when I'm looking at him, and again, just in terms of the stats, when we're looking at a player like this, interceptions, 1.36 per game, just over 2 tackles he makes per game. Successful take-ons. He ranks in the 89th percentile. When I saw that, I was like, okay, say no more. So this is the guy who's dropping shoulders, bro. And by the way, you can't see it really in the photo. You got the low socks on, my brother. So that immediately gave you an extra 10 points regardless. I said,
what is
cool.
it, the low socks thing, bro? I started seeing the trend, the man them rating Donnies with the low. As soon as you got the low socks, baller. I'm like, hold on a minute, bro. What happened? No, but G, what happened to the high socks above the knee? That's what
this ain't 2006 anymore, my bro. Like, we're not in 2006. I need you to have the low socks, man. But even when he does, like, obviously you guys can obviously see here from the video, comfortable, obviously in possession, good player at reading these kind of, would I say, like, he's good at intercepting and all that kind of stuff, but his reading of the game, his football IQ are, like, when I'm looking at him, I'm like, bro, you need to have someone like this in your team. Obviously, I know ends like Kefren Turam. For me, he is almost exactly the same, just more defensive. So it does the same things as Kefren Turam. Can get forward.
I was looking.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is why I've got someone like Fofana, and that's my. You guys saw him last season.
Nah. Where's man?
Come on, bro. Look what he's doing.
Nah, man.
This is your DM,
that's rude, bro. You can't be barging man off the ball like that. That's disrespectful.
Bro, this is your DM, This is your DM doing little. Obviously, listen, look, those are just the cute things that he's trying to do, but he's good at all this kind of stuff. Whereas I look at, obviously, Endo's Endo, and he's done his job, and I'm not here to try and crash it on him because, like I said, I would keep Endo in the team because that'd be a fantastic option to have off the bench. Like, I wouldn't mind having Endo coming in for a couple of games. Maybe Fofana needs to be rested because we got a mid-game in the Champions League or whatever the case may be, and then Endo will step in. But this is the guy I think teams are going to be looking at, in my personal opinion. But let me know what you think.
If you played both of them as well in games, I'm always thinking about different type of games that we have to play. The Man Cities, the Arsenals, because they're going to be the ones that we're going to have to challenge against. Maybe Chelsea if they can sort their lives out a bit. But bro, like you played a Wataru and a Fofana in the midfield, and they had the double pivot just sitting in there, bro, waiting for anything and just hunting and breaking down, playing in forward-thinking passes. Yeah, I'm here for it, G, man.
Athletic, by the way.
You sold him well, bro. Sold him well. Can't even lie.
He's
Aggression is
athletic as
there,
well.
strength is there, progressive
Bro,
passing. That pass is cold. That was a left foot pass as
that
well.
pass, I was like, right, okay,
I
cool.
love those
That kind of
type
caught
of
me off guard.
passes. Do you know what? One of the things I love about players as well, when they don't have to take a touch, man, it just shows that they were scanning, they will take. Do you know what I mean? They were already knowing what the picture is before they even received the ball. And you're right about the composure, man. He ain't playing around, bro. But the strength, I love it, man. I love it because
And this is
sometimes I feel like our midfielders can be lightweight in mid. You know, there's some games where I'm like, bro, why are you getting barged? You getting moved up like this, bro? I'm getting
and this
moved
is
up, man.
this is what I'm saying, and these are the kind of things like I just think having someone like him,
Man on the
like
floor,
just
bro.
for me, I just feel like this is the player who can play lone six or in a double pivot. So if you do want to, if he does do the 4-2-3-1, but we've also seen in games where it's not even a 4-2-3-1, it's actually a 4-3-3, and he's got Mats Wieffer playing as that lone six. This is the guy you play at lone six. This is a guy, as I said, comfortable in possession. You ain't got to worry about him. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell everybody, man, he's the best number like Rodri on the. No, he's not that. He's not that type of player. What he is cool, calm, and collected. He's simplistic, and that's what I like about him. But you can see he's someone who also. No, if I need to show you Wagwan, I'll show you Wagwan. Don't get twisted. But that's not where my game is. That's not what my game is, should I say? Sorry. My game is I break up play. My game is you want me to bully that midfield? I'll bully that midfield by myself if I really need to do that. That's the type of midfielder that I personally, would like to have, in the team. But guys in the chat, man, let me know what you think about that first choice. It's got Enzo's seal of approval, so I'm happy. We're off to a good start. We're off to a good start.
Do you know what it is as well, G? Just before you continue,
Yeah.
I'm looking at Steve's last comment there, and I'm thinking because I always think about how can you combat that. When he said his weakness, so it's always good to see the weakness, isn't it? Rash, he said, gets caught on the ball too high up, and also stamina. But I'm thinking, yeah, for Monaco, he has to play a lot more. He's one of the main players in it, so he has to kind of do a lot more of the work. But I think coming into a Liverpool team with a new manager with a different playing style, possibly it could, your workload could then deplete a bit because you don't need to do as much because there's other players around you that's going to be doing the exact same, maybe even sometimes a bit more.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And if we're going to have the ball more, it don't mean you can't. If you run out of stamina and your team have the ball more, then I don't know.
Yeah, no. I pray he doesn't embarrass me like that if we were ever to sign him. But I think, as En said, remember, in Monaco's team, he is the driving force in that midfield. He is the boss of that midfield. I'm not saying he can't necessarily be a boss of Liverpool's midfield, but it's going to have a midfield containing of either McAllister, Zabozalai, Gravenberch. Like, there's way too many other players.
There's other man. He can win it and play it off to, and they can do the running. Do you know? They can carry the ball for him.
Exactly. So, that's what it is. Breaking news, according to David Ornstein, Darwin Núñez is boss to replace Lewandowski. Funny, the so-called worst players rated by Chelsea, Madrid, and Barca. I hear it. That's very, very interesting. In fact, to be fair, let's move on to the next player. Let's go to this one, actually. This is one who I'm only picking him purely off of the reports that we've seen. He's like my number fifth choice, so to speak.
Okay.
And that's Mats Wieffer. Now, the only reason why I went for a Mats Wieffer is the same reason why I kind of picked the Gertruda yesterday. This is a guy who knows the system. This is a guy who understands the system. This is the guy who you could almost say is the system because he needs to be there in that midfield. Look at the heat map. That was something that actually shocked me, to be fair, because I never really looked into. I see people talking about him. I know he's on people's lists, and I've seen Liverpool might potentially be, interested in him. When I looked at the heat map, by the way, his heat map is better than Fofana's heat map. His heat map is crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, this guy is everywhere. And he seems to be very, very versatile in what he can do. Again, another player comfortable on the ball. Another player who can play that box-to-box role. Another player who understands the game, can read the game really, really well. Now, obviously, you're looking at the stats here. Teamwork, good. Work rate, good. Leadership. I don't know why, but that stuck out to me. I know it's only 14, but 14 is a pretty good score for someone to have. Yeah, for someone to even have stamina. Perfect. Jumping reach. That was another one. Jumping reach and heading. Because for some weird reason, I always look at that and think, Are we a team who like to head the ball? Look, like outside of like centre backs and stuff like that. I look at the midfield. Endo, he loves that. That seems to be his bag. Like he's very good at doing that. But Harvey Elliott, McAllister, Jones, even Szoboszlai, I don't really look at as guys who really want to do. Obviously, that's not their game, and I get it. But for some reason, I saw that and I was like, okay, say no more. So if there is a kind of an aerial battle in the middle of the park, I'm not looking at you thinking, oh, this brother's definitely going to lose it, you know, kind of thing. He's not one of
Not
those
only
kind
that,
of
just it's from an attacking standpoint as well. When we do get crosses into the box and when we do get corners, there's not a heavy reliance on players like a Van Dijk or a Kanate to go and win it. It's oh yeah, you got Max in the box, he can go and win it as well. You got this man in the box, they can go and win it as well. But sometimes I feel like we just heavily, and that's why Virgil just keeps getting, everyone's trying to fight him in the box, bro, because they're like, nah, they're just going to aim for him. And then if he wins it, it's probably going to be a goal. But if there's other players, man, it takes the highlight off of Virgil, like, oh, this guy's mad in the air as well. We have to double up on him, or it might free up other players in the box, man.
And this is correct, man. Well, you know what? No, let me not say that because I know people don't like that. I think Ends is correct in my opinion, but that's just my own opinion. Yeah. Listen, listen. We know people are very politically correct. Like they want to be politically correct. I'm not here to beef anybody over opinions. You know, excellent pick. He performs regardless of who he plays next to, physically imposed. Obviously, he's talking about Fofana. Let's move on to boom. Let's take that off. Stats wise, again, this kind of shocked me because I was like, rah, all right, cool. Like I was watching, obviously, I sat there last night and you know me, I'm a nerd when it comes to these things. And I know Ends is probably the same. Like if I'm going to talk about a player, I have to go and watch some type of highlights of this guy, especially someone I don't really, you know, watch too tough. But when I'm looking at the interceptions, he's ranked in the 93rd percentile. When I'm looking at aerials 98th percentile. He wins 3 aerial duels per 90 minutes. Like I said, the heading thing was the one that I thought, okay, say no more. Progressive passes. We are tired of seeing our players pass back. My brother, be brave. And you'll see in the video that I'll show you guys in a second, watch the way he takes the ball on the half turn. I don't know what it is about taking the ball on the half turn. Bajcetic did it the other day against Spurs. I was like, thank you. Someone who can get the ball on the half turn and they're looking this way. Because when you go back, obviously don't get twisted. There are going to be times when you have to go back, but not all the time. And it almost sets the team back a few yards because now they're like, okay, we kind of someone needs to drop in now into right wing or into right central midfield to be able to show them the pass. No. Let's get forward, bro. Let's hit them where, you know what I mean, where it hurts kind of thing.
Do you know what, G? Just before you continue as well, I want to add to that. Yeah, you're right, bro. In terms of I love players that can do that. Do you know why? Because as soon as they do that, it opens the game up. But the players that like to pass back all the time, it comes into feet, I'll punch you back. No, bro, just turn. Because if you go past this guy in the midfield, it opens up the game for you. And it pisses me off because as soon as you go back, everyone's like, oh, nah, you know, he's getting pressed or blah, blah. I'm like, but by the time he does that, we're now in trouble because then the team can engage upon our midfield and the defense then. Then there's no out ball. And then what we're going to end up doing is going long and hoping one of our players get it. And if we lose out, they have the ball. Why not just take the risk in the first place, which I think you have the ability to do anyway? Because it's not like players, Curtis should be able to do it. I'm not saying he doesn't do it at all, but he should be able to do it. Max should be able to do it. Gravenberch can do it. Sobo can do it. So we have Harvey can do it. We have midfielders in there that can do it. But for some reason, we choose not to do it enough, which doesn't make sense.
Listen, I was about to say it could be a system thing, but we just saw Bajcetic come on and do it. So
yeah, and drop 2 shoulders, bro, quickly.
Yeah, like I can't really say is it the system kind of thing because really, do you know what I mean? And obviously you guys can see here with how many games he's played this season: 42, 6 goals and 4 assists. Again, we want to. I feel like you mentioned this. I mean, it might be Jerry, but I feel like it was you talking about getting more goals from the midfield, not just being like the old midfield where it was. And listen, that old midfield, we thank it because we know what we won and what we did with that midfield. But I do want a midfield where I can at least say, okay, I might get Rodri, for example. I'm not saying, by the way, they have to be on Rodri's level, but he gets goals. Doesn't get you a lot. I'm not asking for 20 goals at whatever midfield. I'm just saying, can you get me 5? Can you at least add 5 goals to your tally? Can you at least get me 1 or 2 assists? like again, as long as you're doing your job, I'm not going to complain too tough. Hence why we don't moan at that old midfield, because they did their job perfectly. But we're entering into a new phase, and I almost feel a new style. And I just think that these are the kind of things that people are going to start looking at. I don't care about the GA stuff. Listen, if he went 0 for 0 and was 8 out of 10 the whole season, I promise you wouldn't give two. You wouldn't even care. You would not even care. And it's not necessarily about that. But I just think in moments where, if we're going to still be relying on the same forward line, and we know how kind of fugazi they are, I'm going to need McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliott, Jones, all of these players. I need you guys to chip in. I really, really do need you guys to chip in. And obviously, here's a little montage, little video of the kind of stuff that he's, been about. Quick feet there.
How tall is he as well? He looks really tall, man.
I think Steve said it there, is tall and skinny. Let me even double check. He is 1.88 meters. 1.88 meters.
Great. Carries the ball really well, and he keeps it simple.
Yeah, 1.8.
Open up the game. Jesus Christ, bro.
And said it already. Threat in the box. Without even seeing the video, looking, this is what you want. And that's what he's offering you, in that midfield. Half time. Let's go. Cool. Forward. And obviously the way that Fine would play anyway, those are the kind of things, interceptions.
Taking the ball and carrying it into open space.
And not looking awkward. I always feel like some players do, I'm not even necessarily saying anyone from our team, but when I look at some players, I'm like, brother, you look awkward, man. Like, you look like you don't even want to be here in this position anymore.
You know what it is, bro? It's about, what was the conversation I was having? I don't know if you guys saw the podcast. I basically did a reaction to, and it was talking about patterns, and players will slow it down. And I made a point about, I see that with our team, because if say, for instance, one of the players fall out the pattern for a second, it's like, oh my days, I did something that's not in the pattern that we were coached to do. They just go revert back to it, and I'm like, bro, the game just opened up, and you chose to turn back. What? So to go back into the pattern, where I'm looking at, obviously it's only clips in it. You're not going to get all the bad things,
of course,
that he's probably done in games. You're only going to get the good stuff, but you can see that he's a player that his spatial awareness is there. As soon as he turns here, he's like, right, carry it into the space because my forward players are waiting for a pass. Win the ball. Can I go forward instead of my first thought? Let me do a little drag back turn and go back to Virgil, go back to Trent, go back. Do you know what I mean? And then we go to the other side. No. The game's opened up, bro. Carry the ball. Go and win a free kick high up. Open up the game. First thought is to turn into the midfield, because he knows he turns there and they don't foul him. He's running clean through into an open space.
And that's literally what he's doing. Obviously, guys, don't get twisted. I understand as well. He would still need to get to grips with the intensity of the league. I'm not sitting here saying that he's gonna come in and he's like, this ain't like Modric came here and he could just adapt to whatever. I understand. That will be something I look at, is can you adapt to the intensity? Because obviously in Eredivisie, it's just not obviously as intense as the Premier League. Man, don't have I was thinking about this the other day. You ain't got them Sucheks and them type of Donnies running at you crazy, like trying to get the ball off of you. I get all of that, but ultimately, just in terms of him on the ball, off the ball, as En said, spatial awareness, he was just an option. He's just an option. And again, by the way, with all of these players, by the way, people, I'm not saying go and grab all of them. These are just couple. Maybe there's some you might say, let's get both of them, because there might be two different positions, or maybe others. So.
Season weakness, bro.
Hey, because he's the hub of the team. When you're the hub of the team, I hear it. I fully hear it. Gramp saying, could you imagine a midfield of Fofana, Thuram, and Mac in the midfield? We could dominate games in different ways. Hey, I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything. I would love to see a midfield like that, just to see what that would look like.
Is he a player that you think Slot could potentially bring with him?
Who? Max Wieffer? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Because I don't think the fee would be crazy for someone like him. He knows him so well and understands what his role in the team could be. And I just think the fee would just make sense for him. Whereas there's a couple other players that we're going to get into. Some of them, I'm like, I don't see Liverpool paying the fee for him. Well, unless they really, really want these players. But at the same time, I just think, because Steve said it there, he's the hub of that team. He is the team. So if he knows that he can be the team there, why not bring that same kind of player over here? Why not have that person almost be the hub? But guess what? You're going to be playing with better players now. You haven't got to worry because you got Virgil and Allison behind you now. You ain't got to worry because you got Trent on the other side. You ain't got to worry because you got whoever we buy in attack, and you've got McAllister next to you by your side who can help you out in certain situations. Where, not saying he had a bad midfield at Feyenoord, by the way, people, but there's a difference between McAllister and probably the whole of their midfield. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man. Big up Liverpool 67. Good morning to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Let's move on to the next player. This one, by the way, people, just a disclaimer. This was more one that I just think pay the money. Just pay the money.
I know them players there. Just pay the money.
Just pay the money.
Just pay the money. Get the money.
Just pay the money. I think just when Bruno Guimarães is around, just pay the money. Just pay the money. You're talking about tenacity. He's got that. You're talking about aggression. He's got that. You're talking about someone who is excellent on the ball. He's got that. By the way, the other player I thought about was what's his name, Paqueta. But I know how Liverpool are with their background checks, and he's still got that case going on with the betting thing. I don't think Liverpool are going to want to touch that until that gets cleared. If it gets cleared, I'll add someone like Paqueta to the list. But at the moment, I couldn't add him to the list because I know how Liverpool stay, and I know a lot of you like big up Stefan. He's saying, yeah, of course. Steve, sorry, I know he's your player, but hey, like I said, I think when you're talking about someone who's already acclimatized to the league, you haven't got to worry about that. And spoke about having more, a proven player you might want to potentially look at. He's already got that in abundance. This guy is the epitome of what you want a central defensive midfielder to be, in my opinion, anyway. This is a guy who he can run games by himself. And I don't think he walks into this midfield, for example, and is going to be overawed, where maybe a Max Wieffer might look at it and feel a tad bit inferior to the other players because of who he is and who they are. This guy's not doing that. This is a guy who's been, Neymar is one of his boys. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He plays in the Brazil national team. He is an international player. I needed to see him in the Champions League this season because I did want to see, he was calm in the Champions League. He was, I know Newcastle was shit, but he was calm in that Champions League. You can see with the stats as well, like crazy. His mental attributes are off the scale, if I'm being honest with you. Aggression, anticipation, bravery, composure is a team, people. This is a cool, calm, and composed guy. I know he seems crazy. He does seem a bit loony because I know he just seems like one of them kind of players, but I feel like we need that bite in the midfield. Like we fully need this type of bite in our midfield.
We missed that bite, innit? We don't have that bite anymore.
Yeah. Fabinho's gone.
Feel that man them can rough us up sometimes, innit? It just and even like some of the dead, I don't want to say dead teams in it because that's a bit rude. But yeah, some of the dead teams in the Premier League. Yeah, like sometimes like them man they come and rough us up. Something I'm like, bro, are we just getting roughed up, bro? And you know, in some games where Rodri's like, bro, I'm roughing up everyone in the midfield. Man City just dominate. They just dominate the game. You're like, rah. Every time they see my man, they turn back. They see him turn back. Let's go across. Let's go away from him.
Exactly. And big up Angel. He's saying Thiago is cheaper, younger option. Yes, I agree. He does. This guy, I don't need to. There is no. We're talking about a guy who comes into your team. And one of the things I think Liverpool fans always speak about as well is needle movers. And I talk about it myself, by the way, as well. This is the guy who actually moves the needle, though. This is a guy who takes your midfield. It might not be him. I don't think it's a massive level. He takes it to the next level, though. He takes it to a level that I don't think the team has been at since Fabinho's prime. And I don't know when you would say that.
I'm going to talk to the EA players at the moment, right? And I know some of you are in there. Do you know, like, and I don't know if you guys have this feeling. There's moments when you start a season or you start a save, and then you just buy a player. And for like you play the first game, you're like, nah, man, the midfield's all over the place. There's gaps and blah, blah, blah. You just buy one player, and all of a sudden, it just feels like everything's cool. I don't know if you guys have done that. Guys in the chat, let me know.
I do that on FM all the time, bro. All the time.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like on like FIFA, when you're when you're controlling the ballers, and you play the first game, you're like, bro, my midfield needs something, and then you go out there and get that something, and then all of a sudden, the next game, you're like, why is the game so easy?
Yeah.
It's the same level. You're still on legendary or ultimate, wherever the level skill set you man are at. You buy this one player, and all of a sudden you're playing against the exact same team again, and no one can run through your midfield. No one can, you're just winning the ball. You're pressing. These are the type of players I'm talking about. You sign them, and all of a sudden, yeah, your midfield just looks completely different. And I think, do you know what? People know I don't rate Declan Rice like that, but he's the epitome of exactly what I'm talking about, where he literally changed Arsenal midfield. I don't rate him as much as everyone does. So you guys know I'm not going to be talking from a bias standpoint. So if I'm going to give him credit, it's genuine credit. It's not, do you know what I mean? Shade or nothing. He actually changed their midfield. He actually made them a better team.
These are the kind of players, guys. And big up, honestly, again. We're not getting FDJ. I don't see that.
I know, I'd love to, bro, but we ain't gonna get him, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
he's the needle mover as well, bro. Because every EA save bro, I'll buy him every single time. Like, he's the guy. When you're talking about a man will press for days, stamina, passing, composure. Yeah,
and he's got it.
Yeah,
Kimmich, come on, man. Kimmich is I think Kimmich might actually go to Barcelona though. I feel like they like him a lot over there. Whether they got the money to, but people keep saying about this money thing. Don't worry about what their money thing. They will sort it out however they need to sort it out. Like, they'll do something to get these kind of players over the line. But I can also see a world where Kimmich signs a new deal. So yeah, I just don't think Kimmich is going to come to Liverpool at the moment. The time that I think we needed to get a Kimmich would have been before last season. If we had got him then, obviously hindsight, we didn't know Fabinho was going to be so rubbish. If we almost knew that he was on that way out, that was the time to get a Kimmich. You get Kimmich then? Yeah.
You know what, G? I still think if we would have kept Fabinho in the summer, we would have been in a mad position right now. I think we'd have been clear, Because, do you know what? You remember my statement back in the previous season? I was like, I can see where everyone was like getting onto Fab because the legs weren't there and blah. And what I said was, if you can get runners around him, if you can change it, and just don't just leave him in there on his ones. Like, let's change his shape a bit. Get players around. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, Rodri ain't in the 6 on his own. So people say, he's the best DM, but he's not in the 6 on his own. There is a double pivot when Man City play. They don't play. Declan Rice ain't in the midfield on his own. There is a double pivot when they play. There's always going to be 2 men in there working. And I thought, bro, would have kept Fab and then added the McAllisters and whoever we added in there. I think, bro, would have been nice still. Even if I'm saying just one season, but the man said he was leaving, and he just left, bro. Couldn't believe it. Just I'm done.
And the thing is, we've got a decent fee. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I know, like man. I didn't think we would get that much for him. But
I didn't think we would get that much, considering the season he just came off.
Yeah. Imagine a good season. What's that? 70, 80 million then if he was a good season.
It would have been mad. It would have been mad. Let me get into. I know I missed a couple of questions. I'll quickly go through them now. Steve is asking, do you guys like any of Borussia Dortmund's midfielders?
Felix.
For Liverpool, or do you just mean in general? If you mean for Liverpool, nah. If you mean in general, I think they're calm. Like, I don't want to sound disrespectful. Like, I feel like they're calm. I wouldn't take any of them. Let's put it that way. I can't think of one I would actually take. What would you class Julian Brandt as?
Like a second striker type player.
Yeah. Okay. So
he started off obviously as a winger in it, but I think he's just an attacking forward.
Okay, so then nah. Yeah, because Julian Brandt, I like him. I like what he's doing right now. Like, I feel like that's a player I wouldn't mind having in the team at this kind of time. But yeah, everyone knows. Listen, what you guys did yesterday as well, last night. Yeah, man. Stefano's asking, does bringing your own guy from an ex-club, obviously talking about Matt Wieffer before, in a key role ever work? I think Ten Hag has ruined some people's perception on what we think, I can't even lie. I feel like he's ruined a lot, bro.
But Ten Hag didn't stick with what he used at Ajax, though. He changed it slightly. So even bringing the players that was used to a particular system, it still meant that they still had to learn something different.
Yeah.
But if you're saying Slot is coming in and he's going to play the exact system, maybe tweak it slightly depending, but like it's the exact, then yeah, Max Wieffer would play well in it because he would understand it to a T. There's no bedding in period. It will just be him acclimatizing to the Prem. That's it.
Factual. Big up Football Talk podcast. Please make sure you head on over there, man. Big up yourself, by the way. Bro, I need to get you on, man. I keep saying this.
Busy man.
Yeah, I know. Big up G and Ends. Managers signing players from previous clubs doesn't always go to plan, but I think Wieffer would be a great addition. Although I would like to see a Mac and Trent double pivot. I'm not convinced on that. I'm still unconvinced by that double pivot. I would much prefer you just go out and sign like a Bruno. I'd much rather see a McAllister and Bruno double pivot than I would a Mac and Trent. I just don't see great hopes for that. But if it works, listen, I'm here for it. I am gonna be here for it. Zubimendi still there. I think Arsenal again are still looking at him though. That's why I didn't really put him on the list, because it looks like he's more leaning towards an Arsenal move if he is going to move in the summer. They might then move to a double pivot themselves next season, and also for rotation. I don't know what they're going to be doing with someone like a Partey, and he can also play centre midfield. Like they're trying to make sure that they've got good players on the bench, because right now they're dealing with like Vieira and Smith Rowe and then the Reece Nelsons and Nketiahs and that. Like they're trying to, you're almost trying to do what I've always wanted Liverpool to do, which is I need my starters to become bench players. But so I need Mo Salah to be a bench player. But that guy who's coming in for Mo Salah is a baller. That guy who comes in for Konate is good player, for Alisson, for whoever, so that it's not a madness, but you can still keep your core players there. I don't mind them staying, but it's just that should be the shift, not this mad shift where it's like, all right, we're getting rid of the whole midfield. We're just going to bring a whole brand new midfield in. All right, we're going to get rid of the whole attack. We're just going to bring in, we're going to scrap this attack that we were trying to do for 2 years. We're just going to bring in such as like, there needs to be like almost a plan. And I don't know, maybe with Edwards back now, that plan might, might start being realized. This is for you, Ens. Would Rice have changed our team?
He would. In terms of the conversation we're having, in terms of having that bite in the midfield, he's better than Wataru.
Yeah.
So, and he's acclimatized to the league. He's the type of player I was talking about. But I just don't see the hype like everyone rate that. How everyone talks about it.
You were doing so well, and you just now.
No, but bro, I have to be honest, bro. Like, when everyone's like, "Oh my god," I'm like, bro, I don't see it, bro. Like, I don't see it. I think he's a good player, and obviously he's done well for himself. So who am I to say anything? But I will always have my opinion. You're a basic footballer. Could you improve our Liverpool team? Yeah, of course, because there's something we're missing, and in the bite, and you can offer the bite.
Last one before we continue up with Bruno.
Didn't like that side, by the way. That's fine.
Say that again.
I didn't like the side at the end. But
I swear, you sound like my colleagues in that. They're always like, "Gee, I don't like the way you do stuff." I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? This is just me. My boys always say this, like, "Gee, I don't like your side. I don't like the fact that you roll your eyes." What? I can't help my eyes rolling. Bruno G. Yeah, I actually can as well. I fully can. Bruno G or Johan Kabay?
Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno.
I think Bruno has more world class in him. I never thought Johan Kabay had that in him, but he was a baller. And he faded though. He did start to fade.
See that man celebrating him not getting a yellow card the other week.
Bro, that's the type of player that you're getting, This is I know Liverpool fans, look, that worries me too. So yes, those are the weaknesses of a player like that. He's too tenacious at times. He is a bit too overzealous at times. So yes, I totally understand that. But come on, man, like this is a guy who can do it. He can do both sides of the game. Successful take-ons. Brother is ranked in the 98th percentile for these kind of things. Progressive passes. This brother is ranked highly. Even the blocks and the tackles, he's still ranked in a decent kind of number where I'm like, that's kind of calm though. Obviously, most of these things I have to also take context into it, i.e. I wouldn't look at Manchester City player right now and be like gassed if I saw his progressive passes high, because I know he's Manchester City. That's the way that they are, blah, blah, blah. But obviously for other teams, the way that Eddie Howe plays as well, some of these things, man, like, bro, at 84% pass completion, He attempts 60 passes per 90 minutes. Like, I don't know, man. I just think you just go out, in my personal opinion, and you go out and you buy, these kind of players. And I think these are the players that will move the needle instantly. Then this is what I would, in an ideal world, this is what I want Liverpool to do, right? Forgetting the Kimmiches and whatever. You sign Bruno for the 100 M's or whatever it is. Work out a pay package if you possibly can. You get him in, keep Endo in the team, get Bajcetic out on loan. The following season now, you sell Endo, bring Bajcetic back in. Now Bajcetic is coming back in. Bruno would have had his year, adapted. We've done whatever we need to do. Now you're saying to Bajcetic, you're not only here to be a backup. No. Obviously, this is praying that that loan goes well. You're coming in, and I'm saying, bro, you two are fighting for this one position. We're going to be doing that next season. So I'm going to see in preseason, and I'm going to change it in some games. You two are battling for this one position. I'm still thinking that Bruno will win that battle, but Bajcetic will be such a sick option to just have there. Obviously, selling Endo in that summer. So now you're covered. The only reason I wouldn't sell Endo now and then put my man on loan is like, well, you've left yourself bare. Keep Endo there because he can still do a job for us. But at least now you're minimizing the amount of games Endo's going to get. Endo might get 10 at most, let's say, if you buy this guy kind of thing. Whereas next season, Bajcetic, if you bought this guy, I don't know where he would even play. Like, I'm like, you're praying for an injury now just for you to get 10 games. Whereas go out on loan, play some football, get back into the swing of things, come back. Now you're looking at, my target for the season is, can I hit 20 games again? Like he did in that when he first got into the team. Can I hit 20 games again? But can I make half of those starts? Can I just hit 20 games, take it from there? 20 games for me would be enough for you to be like, okay, by that point, he'll be 19, 20, I think. Remember, he's still mad young. So it'll be 19, 20 by this point. Now we're really moving, hitting 21. Now he's like, okay, I've had my season now where I played about 20 odd games. We're moving into that next season. It'll be Bruno's, let's say, second or third season. Now let's see where things are looking. I've developed more as a player. I can, command those kind of things. So yeah, man. And as you can see here, Bruno gets goals. He gets 8 assists, 6 goals for the GA guys. I know you love it, but he has got the same amount of yellow cards as he does goals and assists. So that is an area that I think he just needs to calm down on, because it can be a little bit too much at times. It can be a little bit too much.
He'll definitely be missing games.
Oh, 100%. And this is where I say Endo would be able to come in and then you're good to go for this season. But also next season, Bajcetic will be the one coming in. So, it is just one of those kind of things, man. It's just one of those kind of things. So you guys can obviously see here some of the videos of him. This will be from, I think I took it from this season. Yeah, from this season. He just looks so calm on the ball, man. And I feel like he does the simple things like really, really well. But you also know that this is a player that
like that.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Like when he gets into these kind of areas, then I'm always like, bro, like he's just comfortable. I don't look at him and think, oh my God, he's in the, but like some players I'll look at, and when they get into a certain area, I don't expect much from them. So if they do it, it's a surprise. With him, I don't feel like it's a surprise. And I feel like he thrives in big games. He seems like a big game player. Like he wants to challenge. I want to face Man City. I want to face Real Madrid. I want to face all of these Chelsea, like the top teams, out there. So yeah, man. Philip's asking, have you been surprised with Endo this season? Yeah, because my expectations were on the floor for him. So he's already beat the expectations with that. Scraps is agreeing with you on Rice. Angel saying, we need aggressive players. Our team is too passive. 100%. Rice is basic. Hey, Ends said this. These are the words of Ends Man TV, not of.
But he is basic. That's not a bad thing as well, bro. Some people like basic players, bro.
Okay. I just don't like the tone. I feel like your tone is a bit, the way you're saying basic.
I'm just being honest, bro. I don't see the hype. People said off the back of the season when he signed for Arsenal. I'm like in the final where I see Amrabat just bully man in the whole game. That game. And they gave him man of the match in that game. I'm like, all right, cool. Then that's when I knew the agenda and the PR was in full swing. Me and Savage did the watch along. And we're like, really? He got man of the match? What was he doing? And he was at fault for the goal they scored as well.
I think
fine, bro. I said he made Arsenal better. Would he make us improve? Yes, because we don't have that bite that we used to have. Wataru has added that slightly, but obviously Rice is a better player than him. But some people like basic players, man. There's not an issue. Some man can't do a step over. It doesn't mean that you're not as good as the guy that can do a step over. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't like the emphasis on the way that you're saying basic. I'm just not really feeling like. I feel like you're
Basic
adding
is
extra.
good, G, bro. Basic is good. You do the simple things well.
That's very
He
true, by
can.
the way, Hollywood, bro. It's only one game that you're. You know what I mean? Like, so that one game, does that change your? Listen, I know Enze basing his whole theory on Declan Rice off that final. To be fair,
No. I just thought that the hype on him throughout the whole season.
yeah,
Because I saw when everyone was linked, when Man City and Arsenal were like the primary team that wanted him, and this well before obviously he decided where he was gonna go. So I was watching his game when he was playing for England as well. I'm like, yeah, he's cool and that. Like, I'm not like you can pass the ball 5 yards, bro. Cool, man. Like, what do you want me to say? The system suits man good. The Arsenal system suits him well. He doesn't play in the DM, by the way, guys. He just operates in there. He actually plays in the 8. He just operates in there when they have to defend. He'll drop into that pocket. But he technically has a little free roll, man. He's everywhere, bro. To be fair, and do you know what I've rated this season? Is set piece deliveries. I'll give him.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't think he had them in his locker.
That's where he's got most of his assists from, the corners and set pieces.
Yeah, I
good,
definitely never looked at him and thought, yeah, that's my set piece taker. Considering you had Odegaard team and other players, like I was like him. All right, fair enough.
He's adding the cool whip on it. But he's basic, man. It's not a problem.
The cool whip. All right, we move on to the next player, Carlos Baleba, Brighton defensive midfielder. Obviously, they signed him last season after they, of course, lost Moises Caicedo and McAllister. They needed some players in there. He's an interesting one. When I was thinking about in terms of like just obviously I was just going through like defensive midfielders in general, right? And when I looked at him, I said, you know what though? He's actually impressed me this season. Obviously, he was at Lille before he got signed, for Brighton. So when he did come to Brighton, there was this thing about him when he came in. Is he going to be good enough to replace Moises Caicedo? Is he good enough right now? Nah, not at all. I think you're buying more potential, if anything. But if you are looking for someone to potentially be in that role, I think he, in my opinion, would be a different type of a defensive midfielder than a Bajcetic. So Bajcetic is really good on the ball, really good on the half turn, can pass and all that kind of stuff. Baleba can do that, but not to the level of a Bajcetic. But defensively, Baleba is better than Bajcetic because he's all about the defending. Obviously, being at Brighton this season as well, he's learned to play. But you have to, like, it's like Barcelona. You better learn how to just play that system because we need you to be comfortable on the ball. We need you to be able to understand that you're going to have a man on you like there's no tomorrow. So guess what? You need to be comfortable and you need to be calm under pressure. He can do what he's doing that, so to speak, now. But yeah, this season, I wouldn't put him at the top of my list, but he was just someone I said, wouldn't be mad if he came in, in terms of if we looked at him and then maybe got someone else in, like in another position, I'll say, yeah, no, that's calm. I don't mind him being, potentially someone to sit on the bench because he's already, in my opinion, at a somewhat higher level than a Bajcetic purely because he's been playing consecutively for the last 2 seasons. Obviously, at Brighton this season and at Lille the season before. Obviously, Bajcetic has been injured. We don't know what that's going to look like. But like I said, fee and all these kind of different things. When we're looking at, obviously, their attributes, teamwork, good, work rate, good, concentration, composure, bravery, pretty decent. Determination could be worked on. Flair, don't really care about. Tackling, 15. Technique, 13. First touch is 14. Dribbling is 13. Crossing, which I just found so weird, was 12. I was like, right, okay, cool. He's decent at crossing. He got a bit of pace and stamina about him. Strength-wise, jumping reach was 12. And then the heading was only 9. So I was like, that was where my area was. I was like, eesh, I do want you to be better at that. But he's decent at breaking up play, though. He's decent at breaking up play. This season, obviously playing in the Premier League, the Europa League, 36 games, no goals and assists. So again, not that I care, but for the GA guys out there, I know this might be looking like, if he can't add you the goals and assists, necessarily what is he potentially going to bring? But I think for me, this is why I said, okay, this is why I would probably like to take someone like you in. Pass completion, by the way, I highlighted it, but like I said, Brighton play the way that they play. So I wasn't overly gassed at that, so to speak, because I was like, I expect you to have this a high. You play for Brighton, that's how you guys play. Tackles, 85th percentile. Blocks, clearances, aerials 1, which I found weird because I was like, your attributes didn't even match that, but he's in the 87th percentile for aerial duels 1, clearances 85, blocks 97, tackles 85, and obviously the pass completion and the shots that he takes in games. So you're looking at kind of a player who really is on the up and up. I wish we would have signed someone like him before he moved to Brighton, because I think the fee that I don't know what the fee was. I think the fee was right. They paid 27 million. Didn't even know it was that high. 27 million for him. I reckon we could have potentially got him sooner, and he'd already be embedded into the team. But I like his kind of profile. Not to say he's my number 1 on the list, guys, but he's just someone I said I like him. Wouldn't mind if the team was to sign someone like him. Honestly saying, Manuel Ugarte played 39 minutes total in the last 6 PSG matches. Yeah, I don't know what the beef is over there. Like, I don't know why he's not playing. Didn't even get off the bench in 4 out of 6 of those matches. This is what happens when you have that clown Jorge Mendes dictating your career. Ain't he dead? Is that the one I died? No, that's Raiola. Sorry, that's Raiola. I thought you man was speaking on the dead. I was like, yo, ease up on him, man. Man ain't here to defend himself. Can't do them things. Give me Rice over that hair flick, man. Jesus Christ. Steve said, I like Baleba. Whatever I watched Brighton this season, he was either injured or not playing at his best. I liked him a lot though at Lille. Yeah, it's been like on and off with him, but I see mad potential in this guy though. I do see mad potential in him.
Based on his stats as well, man. That's a perfect baseline for any player to get world class from that point, just off of the stats. I'm not saying he obviously will become one, but you can see that he can improve in all of that. And those based are like one of those players that has everything in the locker, but can they improve the potentials there or the ceiling? Everyone like, I think this guy can be really, really good.
No,
I like the left-footed as well, man. I don't think we have what 3 in the team, 4 in the team.
Mo, Harvey, Simicast.
Yeah, I need a Silky Don in there though, man.
Yeah.
You know Silky Dons.
You need the one you need like a David Silva. You need like someone like that.
Or an Elise, man, little silks in it.
Or an Elise. Or an Elise.
That scored against United was a joke.
Listen, we'll get to the forwards tomorrow. We'll chat about them. And already think about it right now. You probably know 5 forwards. And when I say forwards, by the way, left wing, right wing, or up front, you probably know 5 that you'd be like, they come into the team right now. And whatever 4, you could probably think of 5 easily. Liverpool have recently made inquiries about USG striker Mohamed Amoura. The 23-year-old who has 22 goals for the Belgian side this season is valued at 20 million euros. Check him out. I'll check him out. See what's up. You know what's man? I'm going to have to start checking out some of these players anyway, because I feel like Liverpool are going to make that type of signing anyway.
Yeah, you're going to make...
It's going to be that type of player.
Gee, we could be wrong. They could do the, let's go and pay 100 million for Bruno, bro.
They
could just do madness for no, like, I don't know, man. Let's see.
Listen, I would love it if that was the
Bruno
case.
Bruno G in the team quickly.
Man. All right, we go on to the last one, and then I want to get Enz's kind of final. I should have asked you this before we jumped on, but I want to get like 5 players that you maybe have thought of, or players that you think potentially we could add to this list. Now, this is a player who I've been looking at for time. He's been good this season as well. He's performed really, really well. Enz mentioned his teammate, and I was like, bro, ultimately, you have to go out and sign an Elise, bro. Elise. You need to sign him as well, but you need to sign an Eze, bro. Now, the would I say, problem that you have with an Eze isn't about him being the player. Listen, Eze is phenomenal. Eze is fantastic. He has come through the ranks everywhere he's been. And academy level, when he moved into QPR, he's moved up every single time. I've got no worries about Eze coming to Liverpool and doing a job. The only thing, and you can see by his heat map, he reminds me of what a Jones is. I do think, though, he's at a tad bit higher level than Jones, purely because of what Jones has been asked to do for the last 2 years, for example, 3 years since he really came into the first. Now, it's not big, by the way. It's not like a massive gap. If the roles were reversed and Jones was at Crystal Palace for the last 2-3 seasons, I think you'd be looking at now Jones being one of the best English talents out there. I can actually see that. Whereas I don't look at Eze as that, if that makes sense. I just look at him as, you're actually just solid. I don't think you're one of the best like English talents out there. I just think because we got too many like who are just out there doing their thing, Fodens and Sakas and all these kind of people. But you are a solid option, and you can play in that attacking midfield if he wants to play the 4-2-3-1. He can play left wing. He can play right wing if you need him to. And I've seen him play in when they've previously under Roy Hodgson, when they were playing with a 3 in the middle, he can play that left central midfield role. Obviously, as I said, we have got a Jones there. We do have a Jones and a Gravenberch to play these positions. But if it was just purely about maybe someone was going to go in the midfield, I'm looking at Eze straight away, bro. I'm like goal threat, this brother. Determination, flair, vision, first touch, dribbling, balance, agility, passing, technique. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's something about Eze when I watch him play. He is a real ball carrier. You guys can see it here anyway. Successful take-ons. He's ranked in the 91st percentile. Shots he takes in games. Even the passes attempted. Remember, by the way, context, people, plays for Crystal Palace. So they are not one of the better teams in the league. And if they had this manager from the beginning, I reckon some of these stats would actually be higher. Because clearly what they're doing now, he's got their man moving in a whole different direction, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Even the tackles, to be honest, 1.34 tackles he makes a game, and this is in a team that isn't really even having that much possession, isn't really on the ball that much. But like I said, just watch the heat map when you're looking at someone like, Elise, and as I said before, left wing, right wing, attacking mid, left mid. Like, he can play anywhere in those kind of forward areas, but attacking midfield is obviously where he is kind of based. And I say, when we're looking at like attacking mids, this is only if you're like, I know we've got Fabio Carvalho and you've got the Elliots and stuff like that. He's at a higher level than all of them. So do you, as a manager, say, let me just try Carvalho, see what's up? Or do you say, no, I don't need to do that because whatever I'm going to do with Carvalho is whatever I'm going to do. This guy's coming in straight away. He's going into the first team. If you're not going to use Szoboszlai or anybody else in that position, for me, I would much rather have him. For me personally, like even Szoboszlai number 10, I don't even think that's going to bang the way people think it's going to bang, because I don't see him as a number 10 either. I don't think Szoboszlai is a number 10. That doesn't scream the skill set of a Szoboszlai doesn't scream number 10. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because
I get what you mean. He's not that stylistically. He's not that
stylistically.
Yeah, but I feel like he can be very efficient. Just because I feel like when I look at I'll bring the conversation towards it at the end. But in terms of like right, watching him play, and when the team wasn't doing good, you could see that it was a shadow of himself. He kept picking up little injuries here or there. He just wasn't playing at his best. But now you're seeing a player where the system is suited or pushed towards your more attacking players and a bit more freedom in terms of like what you need to do, and there's an idea when they go forward. Where I'm looking at our players, you can see that they're not really enjoying going forward with the ball. There's no real ideas with it. But I can see Palace, but you can see the interchange, him and Mateta. Bro, I still can't believe, bro, this guy's he's actually really good, to be fair. But I can see Sobo doing the same thing, but just in a different way. Because Eze don't play like an attacking mid. He wins the ball, carries it well, little drop of the shoulder, finds a pass, and then he could end up in a shooting position. So there's
Very
still
fair.
like evidence that I think Sobo can do the job, but he's not enjoying it. Obviously, with the statement I think Honesty put earlier, he's not enjoying it, or he doesn't feel like, because he set such a high standard. Obviously, these levels have dropped off, so you can clearly see he's not enjoying it. If the new manager comes in and sets up a system or a tactic to push your attacking players to have that more freedom, but with like a way or style of play, yeah, I think he can easily do it. Could get into these areas, Sobo can easily do that reverse pass. Not only that, you put him at the edge of the box with time and space, can score goals as well. And I think that's what you've got with Eze recently, bro. He's had time and space at the edge of the box. The goal against us, arriving late in the box with time and space. It's not like someone was running him down and then he couldn't get the shot. Bro, he had time to just run into the box and pick a spot.
But he does this really well, where he likes to wear. So you're right. He doesn't
conventional 10.
Like, he doesn't play like that. You know, I've seen Odegaard do the dirty work as well, but not like this, where this is a guy who's basically playing almost central midfield, but he has the license to get forward more than the other two midfielders, whoever they kind of are. But
dirty, man.
It's all mad.
But yeah, like someone can do this, drop the little reverse pass, as I was saying, and then your striker.
But you know what's mad about that? I don't know who said it the other day, but the run makes the pass.
Yeah, of course. The movement, but that's the epitome of someone actually playing it on when the player about to move instead of playing it later and say man's offside all the time. That's the difference in it.
By the way, you brought up, in your opinion, was he Crystal Palace's best player when they beat United? I think that was. Defensively, Mitchell was good. That was one thing. And no, that's a lie. Sorry. That it's not just that, sorry, should I say. Their whole defense was good. Like, I was watching the way that they were stepping up when they needed to step up. They were squeezing the play from the back. And I was just like, United can't even, like, it's like they can't go anywhere. Even if they tried, Crystal Palace were just there. They wanted it more, man. They wanted it more.
You know who's good as well, man? What's his name, man, in the midfield? What's that kid, man? The left-footed one. His name has gone out of my head for a second. For Palace.
New kid. Is he one of the YGs from the academy?
I don't know if he's from the academy. I think they bought him. Yeah, thanks for having that. Yeah. Nah. Walter, man, bruv.
Oh, Walter. Oh.
I like about him, bro. Like his ideas that he has is always, can I be progressive? Can I get my team in the right position? And he doesn't look like a player to me that likes the light being shone on him. He just wants to do the best he can for his team. So that means, can I give the ball quicker? Can I pass it here? Can I do this? Can I win this tackle? Can I keep, bro?
Nah, listen. You see Wharton? Yeah,
he excites me more than Rice does.
Okay, fair enough. But is that okay? You know, whatever. Fair enough. Guys, as I always say as well, by the way, make sure you watch my player watches because we did one on Adam Wharton when he just moved to Crystal Palace as well. He's a talented player, bro. Like, I think, depending on Crystal Palace's transfer this summer, obviously if they lose both Eze and Elise, it might get a bit sticky. If they can keep both, I'm going to put Palace in my predictions. I'm predicting them to have a good season next season. Because this new manager, the way that he's got the team playing so far, obviously it's all about trying to replicate that. But the way he's got the team playing this season, I'm like, bro, if you guys add the right people, like, you get a striker, because Mateta ain't it. Yeah, I know he's scoring goals in that now, but
rate Mateta, man. They got to with the tucking shirt and that, bro. Rate the team,
listen, okay, cool.
Shirt. I ain't seen no one with that in a minute.
Listen, you haven't seen, like, you got Mateta and Edouard as your strikers, and like, the man ain't gonna be like the guys that you need. You know what's crazy? Yeah, if only they were a team who spent money, but you almost need a Tony in your team. Like, that would be like the move, because a Tony flanked with an Eze and Elise on either side, with a Wharton sitting in the pivot, with two, like, and even if you had Will Hughes and whoever they want to have in the middle of the park, getting another six central midfielder, to be sick, a good central midfielder. Hey, listen, by Tetrick, you can even go on loan there and even play in that midfield.
Send him there on loan, let him play.
Yeah, alongside Wharton, you're gonna have two hungry guys in the midfield. Listen, man, listen, I don't want to be talking too much for Liverpool. Like, you do your own thing.
Though, G, man.
Hey, nah,
any man that tucks the shirt in like that, bro, is a boy.
It's scary. That's what he is. He's scary. Any man who be tucking in his shirt, and his shirt tucking, it seems so clean. Like, Like it's at
Yeah,
the
bro.
right
Like it's a
height.
part of the shoot. It's not. Yeah, it's a part of the
Like
shoot.
everything's the right height. You know what it reminds me of? You know when you create a player on FIFA and
Yeah.
you can choose whether they got a tucked in shirt. His look, he's a fake guy, man. He's a fake guy. Question: will teams next season still look to sign Decore? I forgot about Decore because he's been
I
out
he
for
can
some
recover
time
from
now.
his injury, and he makes their team better as well when he gets back.
I can only imagine what him if he's going to start thinking, should I play a double pivot with Decore and Wharton in there? Give Wharton a bit more license to not have to do like too much work in there because Decore is going to do that. Let's get Wharton on the ball. Guess what? Now let me get I can't wait to be Crystal Palace next season. You know, mad. I'm just thinking about it now.
He
I'm
said
just
bare
thinking about
games
it
next
now.
season, G. Mad excited, bro. I don't see
Yeah.
that same excitement when we say Liverpool. Can't wait when Liverpool next season. No, I didn't see that excitement, G. I can't lie, I didn't see it.
No, because
Yeah.
think about it.
You
You know
know.
what it is? I'm always about I'm like Klopp. I like the underdog thing. So when I see like these type of teams, it's more fun for me on Football Manager. Being Liverpool on Football Manager is boring as hell, bro. Like it's actually
I lie, I
boring
can't,
because
bro. Mad excited, bro. Like I didn't see the same love. Chat, you guys see it. You guys see it, bro. They weren't that, oh my days, I can't wait to see what Slot does next season. Nope. Man said, I can't wait to see what Palace. The excitement was like a kid in the sweet store.
hey, they keep telling me support my local, man. They keep telling me support my local.
The local is Brentford,
guys,
so don't try it.
yeah, you know it's true. My
You know?
local is actually
That's
Brentford.
our local, bro. We have to support Brentford. I slightly love Brentford still. I can't even lie.
No, I think I actually do. Like, I'll be interested to see what they do next season. But guys, obviously, I'll run through the players quickly again, so you guys can obviously see in the meetings. We'll answer any questions, chop it up or whatever before we head out of here. So first up, we had Youssouf Fofana from Monaco. Definitely my number one option for next season. Hopefully, we can get someone like him in. Bruno in at number 2. I think a very, 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 very good option. Again, £100 million fee. I don't know whether that's going to be feasible, but let's wait and see. In at number 3, we had Wieffer. I think this could be a more realistic option out of everybody we're talking about here, just because he knows the system already, knows the manager knows his personality. So if he does sign him, I'm hoping that means is because you know what he's going to be able to bring to this team, not just because you played, he was your best player or your hub of the team, but you know, if I bring him into this team, this team's gonna move differently. I'll respect it. I'll respect it. Still, I can't lie. Obviously, we just had Eze as well. Eze is more of a. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit unrealistic just because of we already kind of have a lot in his position, but he's just a player that I like. I would love for Liverpool, to potentially go out there. And Baleba again, probably it could be realistic, but I just don't think Liverpool would sign.
Yeah, that's about 100 mil, man. Players leaving Brighton are expensive.
Yeah, I know, and that's kind of problematic when I think about it.
Yeah,
but
them players are expensive, bro. That's 100 million already.
you
27
guys,
they bought him for. Yeah.
yeah, but it's 27 with 3 million add-ons.
Yeah, so 30 million. They're gonna want that and the rest. So yeah.
It's mad. But people in the chat, let me know. Ends, man. Any players that obviously we haven't really spoke about, so to speak, that you'll be like, hey, why not add this guy, that guy? People in the chat, you can keep throwing your names out there. Any questions, by the way, throw them in the chat. We'll answer them, and then we'll head out in like the next 10 minutos.
To be fair, you obviously had Bruno on there. He's one I originally thought if you add him as well, because we had the conversation about that middle gap in terms of we don't have that middle, and he's 25, I think he's 24, 25, so he's not mad old either. But it's just that middle guys that makes us a better team. Bruno, there's unrealistic ones, man. I want Frankie de Jong, he ain't gonna come, so there's no point of even asking for it, because every time I mention him in the summer when we was linked, remember that little period I was getting mad gassed? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Thuram was one of the other ones I thought as well in the summer that could massively help this team, because we didn't have that bite, and he's one of those aggressive box to box type of midfielders. We was heavily linked and nothing really materialized with that. Who else would I add in there? Payini as well from Fulham, because that middle ground player as well that could make our team. Go on, sorry, bro. What was you gonna say?
No. Finish off. Sorry.
No. I was gonna say he could add that bite, aggression, in our team. Who else would I put in there? We need a DM more than anything else, but I don't think we need.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
I
So
think we
to
need.
me, it sounded like your priority area is DM more than anything.
It's more of a defensive minded player with a bit of bite and a bit of something about them. They carry themselves around the pitch in a way where you're gonna be, I don't know, not scared, but you're gonna be nervous around them. Like I see some players around Bruno because this man just picks up yellows, bro, and some of his tackles are outrageous. But that type of player, Payne, he wins a lot of the tackles in there. He's aggressive. He's on the front foot. So you kind of worry when you see these players around you. When you watch Kefram as well, when he's running around on the pit and he's got that bite and aggression and he press and he's strong as well, man, which helps. You know, sometimes we look at our players and you're like, bro, why are you getting bullied and pushed around like this, man? Come on, bro. You know, be a bit stronger. Sometimes we see that from Gravenberch, and Cody was one of the players that people said, you keep getting pushed off the ball and you're big and strong. You should do this and you should do that. Not so much Gakpo now. And I think even Gravenberch as well, I've seen now, if he loses out on a tackle, he's aggressive in the second one. So he's slightly improving in that. Who else would I add? Is there a player in the Premier League I see that I'm thinking, okay, could add something?
Just thinking, what are you saying? What? No one in the Prem now? No one in your Prem proven players like?
Yeah, no, but I mentioned Bruno and I mentioned Paulina from Fulham. So those are the two. There isn't anyone else, man. Nah, man. I told you, bro. My talent ID is way. That's why
the right thing has got these man moving crazy.
Nah, but this is what I'm saying, G, bro. You see what PR and media can do, bro? Because man weren't telling me 2 years ago Rice was the guy.
Okay, you know what? You weren't saying that Rice was the guy, of course.
Last year, before he signed for Arsenal, no one was telling me Rice was the guy. People started saying he was the guy when he dropped into the England team. When the PR machine was spinning, oh my God.
But that would have been, when was the Euros? Not the World Cup that we just had. When was it? Because that's in the Euros. That's when he started playing in the England team. So what was that? 2022? Whenever we had it. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's say in the last 16, 17 months.
Yeah.
When the PR machine was.
So okay. We're saying the last 2 years. That's when I'd say that much, that far, kind of like that's when it started, and it's now hit to like this.
What happens, man? That's what happens. Now he's 100 million, bro. So the expectation he should be doing this. He's 100 million, right?
Arda Güler on loan?
No. Oh, shit, nah. He's a baller, but nah.
Yeah, no. I feel like nah. Yeah, just nah.
Trying to think if there's anyone else that would realistically like to add to our team that'll make it better.
Steve, by the way, just while I end just thinking of that. Yeah, come on, bro. Like for me to get to talk football about players and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I think the other ones, Liverpool, are never gonna go for them, man.
Yeah, why do you think I didn't say Florian Wirtz in the number? Like, bro.
Yeah, there's no point of me mentioning him, man, because I know we ain't never gonna get him.
Yeah,
man. Who made the comment about he's gonna end up at Real Madrid? That's so true, bro.
That just seems like such a move. But then at the same time, I don't think they would even, because I'm like, where would you fit him into your team, bro?
No,
like,
they would. He's that much of a baller, bro. They'll find him.
Yeah,
bro. You not seen what the chairman said early doors, bro? It's not even a summit. He said, "Look, we're gonna need to sell players, but Florian Wirtz will not be one of them this summer."
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
and that makes me think about who they're gonna sell, which makes me also look at Leverkusen and think, hey, there might be a couple players in there that we can potentially Grimaldo, and you know what I mean. Like, you guys want a left back? Like, he could be a left back. Benacer, no. There was at one stage I thought yes, but now no. Yeah, no. I think his ship at top club is sailed. When I say top club,
do you know who else I would like as well? But I know he ain't gonna be a fan favorite. Plays for Everton.
But I've already said about
Onana,
bro. Like, I don't know why Amanda moved crazy about not
bro.
Trying to sign
I mean, he's one of them.
Listen, Nick Barmby did it, guys. Gary McAllister's done it too. Why can't he cross over the other side, people? Like, we need to grow up.
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't cross over, but people probably don't rate him like that.
He's a baller. No, he's a baller. No, he's a baller. He's a baller. Yeah. I would blatantly take him. The only again, I only picked because Everton. I don't know if we do. Only way I would have seen us doing a deal with Everton is if Everton got relegated, because then I think they would just need to sell, so they don't care who they kind of sell
Yeah,
to.
no, even him, man, he'll come in and add a bit of bite in the
Yeah,
midfield as well.
and he's rangy, and I feel like
Yeah,
he looks like someone who can get like box to box kind of, but he can do it from DM position. That's what I kind
yeah.
of like. So. And he can play lone six by him. Hey, you know what? That might actually be. It might be someone to even look at this summer. I'll be interested to see what he does next, because, in my opinion, I'm like, I don't feel like you can keep staying at Everton because you're naturally just gonna just decline
Yeah,
with
there's
just
nothing you can. I don't think you can improve from where you are.
yeah, man.
No disrespect to them, they don't have the players that we have in it.
Whatever, fuck Everton, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they don't have the players that we have, and he's one of them players I like as well, man.
Listen, I don't know. Ask the people who stayed up at 2 a.m. to watch Flamingo versus whoever. They'll be able to tell you about Andre. I don't know. Archie
Andre's
Gray for Leeds.
the baller.
Yeah,
Would
but
he
no,
make us better?
not at all. Not at all. Like in
You
my
always
opinion,
feel,
I'm like,
yeah, you always feel like we have players already.
Bajcetic would be someone I'll be like, nah. If I'm just gonna get him in, they're like the same age. I'd rather
Archie's
just
very
come.
creative though.
Hmm.
But then
He is.
I don't know. You always feel like if you bring a player like him in, you're gonna stop someone else's progression.
Yeah.
And then he'd
Remember with the
naturally coming in and we'd like up another level if he comes in.
yeah,
But he's a very good player.
100%. Isn't Palini basic? Hey, this basic term. By the way, like I said, these are the words of Ends Man TV, not
Nah,
G.
man.
So
Paulina,
don't
he
hate
ain't
me.
basic, but he does the job that you need to do, man, with some sauce with it.
I was gonna say, if you didn't say the extra bit, I'm about to say that's kind of basic, slightly. If you
Yeah,
think
nah,
about
it doesn't. He adds some sauce to it, man, when he's doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I wish we could sign a peak fab. Of course, of course. Like we wouldn't. Question: would you do a player watch on Thiago Almada? Like I said, you go and watch my
Bro,
player watches because I've already done Thiago Almada. Come on, bro. We've been doing
he's on the
these
same,
plays.
bro. I went for him straight away. Thiago Almada is, different.
Bro,
I don't know why he's wasting his time out there, man. Just move.
that's what's making me think a little bit about him, though. That I'm starting to think: have you really got the
No, but
mentality to?
he's in the national team, though, innit? So you can't
Yeah, but
throw him under the bus because of that. But I think he needs to move to Europe, though.
ASAP, and I'm talking this summer, like move
Yeah,
to Europe.
yeah, but I don't know, but he's bro. The man is killing it. Free kick,
He
got
is.
it. Dribbling, got it. Speed, got it. Goal scoring, got it. Left foot, got it. What, bro? He just got it, man.
Free kicks though, Jesus, this brother's on
Bro.
smoke with the free kicks, bro. He's
And
actually
he's
on
so
smoke.
slight as
No
well. You
ring.
know, he's like a Florian Wirtz.
It's stylistically, yeah, okay, I can see where you come from.
Stylistically,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, okay, yeah. I can see where you come from. I can see where you come from. Javi Guerrero. You know what's funny, Steve? Yeah, never knew about Javi Guerrero, right? Like, didn't know much about him, like at all. Really, just knew central midfielder, DM, blah blah blah. I bought him on my Brighton save. Yeah,
he's
I'm
saying
like,
cooking.
brother, 5 seasons in, this brother's already become the best player in the world. He won the World Player of the Year. He's 27 now on my save because I bought him because he was 20 when he starts the save. So yeah, 2 seasons, yeah, 5 seasons. He's 27 now. He's the best defensive midfielder I've got in the team. And when I play a 3 in midfield, I don't even play him at the DM position. I play Thuram, Kefren Thuram in my DM, and then he plays in box to box in the midfield on the left central midfield position. No. Yeah, left central midfield. Bro, this brother is cooking. It's cooking, brother. It's mad. Like, it's actually mad. So yeah, if I'm going by Football Manager, you signed it. But real life, he was someone I looked at and I just thought, again, because of your age, as N said, you're not at a level where you're not Wayne Rooney at 18, where I'm like, nah, this brother will take us to the next level, regardless of age. Michael Owen, regardless of age. Mbappe, Ingard, like they're not at that kind of level. So he just stopped by Bajcetic, and I'm just like, nah, let's give Bajcetic the time to see what happens with that one instead. I don't want to do that. Question: if you can pick one to play in the double pivot, Caicedo or Ugarte, who would you pick?
Caicedo.
Same.
But Garte, he's got that dog about him as well, man. He's got that little, he's got that bite. I know. Is he asking in terms of our? Are you asking in terms of our midfield? If it's our midfield, then yeah, man, bring back the Caicedo McAllister pivot, man. See,
bro, I feel like
that pivot was mad. Still,
I feel like that pivot. You man are not
but
hearing
then
this.
You got the Argentine. Garte is Argentinian, isn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
Where is he from? Uruguay. Sorry, that's the one. Uruguay. Yeah, man, South American vibe, man. Bring it if you want to do it as well, man. But I'd like Caicedo. I'd love to see that at Liverpool. That would have been so cold, if we actually got him in at that time. 115 mil.
And with McAllister in the team.
Do you think we would have won the league if we would have got him? Chat as well. Do you guys think we would have actually won the league? I'd love to know if you guys.
No, because I still think Klopp would have tried to, I feel like you would have had to have played the pivot. I don't think a 4-3-3 would have worked in the same way, the way that we play a 4-3-3 with Caicedo in there.
Wouldn't it be Caicedo in the 6 and then Mac would have started the season in the 8, which would have probably seen more of him?
Yeah, but I still just think because of the way that we play, it's like, for me, it's the way that we play is more problematic than the players. Like, we leave too much open at the back anyway. So regardless of who you almost have in there, hence why Fabinho only lasted like 2 years at the top, is because the way that we play, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So it is a bit mad. It is a bit mad.
Nah, see, everyone's like, nah, we're good still. We're good.
No. Listen, guys, let's not do recency bias, man. Let's not do that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit.
I take Caicedo today over Endo every day of the week. Like, it's not even up for debate. He's a way better player. Let's not remember. We've seen players go to Chelsea. I've seen Shevchenko go to Chelsea, and that was not the Shevchenko that I remember badding up the Europe. So we got to remember these things just happen. Steve, a few more things, and then I will head out. Lobotka, nope. I think he's all right, but nope. Age profile as well. No. I think you can get better for that as well. Drewsbury, who. No.
I think he's a good player, but no.
Yeah. Remember, man's Liverpool, man's not trying to just take anybody. Do you man think Ruben never? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's another one of them guys that could have shifted the needle as well. But this man said, nah, I'm gonna make some dough still.
And then he doubled down.
Early. He did it early, bro. You know what I mean? He's still mad young, so you know what I mean.
That's why he's kind of calm, because he's still young enough to be like,
I can come
back in 2 years and still run my team. Like.
What was he? 23 when he left? So he's what? 24 now, 25-ish.
No, he's like 20. Yeah.
He was young when he left. I don't know. When was it? Was it 2 years ago he's left now? I don't even, bro. This.
Okay. No, I never really left the season, remember, to go to Saudi.
Is it only this season? Bro, there's so much happened this season.
Yeah, literally, this season, he went to Saudi. And he's 27. Okay, I thought
27 now.
Maybe he can't wait
2
years.
He could have shifted the needle.
Yeah, 100%. Locatelli, no.
I haven't seen what he's been about recently, but before, yeah.
I hear it. I just think now I don't need him. I feel like I can get better than that. But we also have players who I think can do a similar role to what he's going to do. So it's difficult. That's what I said. Midfield is difficult, guys. Like, man, we still have Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Endo, Bajcetic. There's a lot of man.
Carvalho coming back.
Carvalho, Tyler Morton. There's so many players that if you're not buying Bruno Guimarães or like Paqueta, like if you're not buying, just signing these type of players, there's no point. I'd rather just keep the players that we've got. Tomago would love him at Newcastle. I hear it. Yoji, what's with the Klopp style training regime on default on FM pure injury? Bro, it's mad, you know.
We spoke about that still, bro. With all these injuries, bro, the game is broken still.
I keep saying it, bro. The game's got like a bug in there, bro. Big man, because I've seen and that's not me just being petty. I've been on the forums and I've seen people talking about it because I was baffled. But Enz was getting mad injuries
every game FM. I played. Every game I played, someone got injured.
Yeah.
And it weren't like, you know, sometimes you get a little reserve man injured and maybe a little under 18s, it pops up, you get nervous and scared, but then you read it properly and like, oh, it's only my under 18 striker. No.
Exactly.
It was every one of the players that actually was doing stuff on my team. Every one of the key players injured. 3 months, 4 months. It's like, bro, I can't play the game like this, bro. It's mad.
It's too dumb, man. It's too dumb. You don't rate Caicedo. You man are smart six at Udinese. He's all right, you know. He's actually all right from what I've seen. But no. Just no. It may possibly we may have got a few more points, but injuries killed us as always. Klopp would have played him inverted. About Caicedo. Yeah, bro, real talk. Big up Savage.
Right back. Big up Sav.
Big up Jerry in the building as well.
Thiago, big up.
I'm going to delete that comment right there. I don't want to see any of that negativity from Savage.
Did you delete?
Yep. I don't want to see any of that in the chat, please, Savage. Leave your thoughts about Kendrick and Drake to another time. Off-topic question: would you man want to see Royce lift the UCL in his final season? 100%.
Yeah.
From the teams who are left, yeah. And it will just, but I also don't want to see Savage happy. So
no, but he won't. Because you have to choose. He has to choose one team, Real Madrid or Dortmund, innit?
He'll choose Real Madrid.
I feel like he'll go Dortmund.
You think so?
The final. Yeah, I think he'll.
You know what? He's in a win-win situation anyway. It actually doesn't even matter. Because if Real Madrid
but there's a dip, like Real Madrid is kind of, you expect them to now win Champions League, innit? They're the Champions League guys. But I feel like it will just be a bit more special if Dortmund won it.
You know,
and it's not even just because of the Marco Reus thing. I just feel like it will just be special for them because there's no expectation on them to win it.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen. I think if it's between Madrid and Dortmund anyway, then yeah. If it's between Madrid, Dortmund and Bayern, though, I kind of want to see Bayern win it because I feel like
you want to give Harry Kane a trophy. Is that what you're saying?
But I just want to see what that narrative looks like now if he does finally win
the trophy. The little Champions League at the end of it. I
want to see how people now, because obviously the narrative of Harry Kane is hasn't won a trophy, comes to Bayern Munich, doesn't win the Super Cup thing or whatever it was at the beginning of the season. First game as well. But I'll give him a blight for that because it's the first game. That's a bit mad of a first game, but cool.
No, but it should have won it, bro. But that's it. Sobo and other man had different, you know what I mean? They had different.
This is what how does Savage have? Yeah, because he's not a real fan. Like he's a fake fan.
No, but I'm gonna defend that still, Hakeem. I'm gonna defend that because I love Barcelona. I love Barcelona and I like Dortmund. So
fake fans will
always but I feel the way, you know, like how G speaks about Palace. How you see that excitement you guys thought at the start of the stream about, oh my days, I can't wait. That's how I.
No, but bro, there's no way you could have
about Real Madrid. When Savage talks about Real Madrid, that's that same level of excitement. There's a giddiness. I'm like, bro, I don't see the same thing when it comes to Liverpool, but it's fine.
Because man, you know, Liverpool come to me like the, like okay, some relationships that you might see here, but they've been together for so long, like. Yeah, that's such and such a thing. Yeah. But you know, sometimes you like a new flavor. I mean, there's always that one girl that you've always had a thing for back in the day, but you stayed a real one. You stayed a real one with the misses that you've had for the last 20 years. You know, some people have been married for 50 years, but there was always that real one. That's how like with like Barcelona for me. I'm always like, there was always that one. Like I always looked and thought, yo, you know what I'm saying? Decent food, man. Like, and we got along very well. You know what I mean? I like so many things about her, and I could see myself with that person too, you know. But I love, you know what I mean? I love the I love the one that man's with. So you know what I mean? Like we're here now, bro. We're here. Bro, there's only two, bro. There's only two, Liverpool and Barcelona, bro. That's it. That's what I said. I always keep like one, and that's why there's only one of these. Look, 1, 2, 3. I got like 4 upstairs, but yeah, they're like, I think they're ripped in that because they're so old. But yeah, like that's what I said. I keep one as like a, you know, I got like a picture of, you know what I mean, of that thing. I'm like, yeah, I remember the good times we had, man. She was good, man. She was good. I'm an LFC fan who got mad love for Feyenoord. Hey, honestly, bro, are you sure? Because I don't remember you telling me you had love for Feyenoord, prior to
You
Slot.
wanted to keep that one quiet, but sometimes you have to keep them little side things quiet, bro. You can't
I hear it.
really keep telling people, because if you're out there saying the side thing, you know what I mean? It's too much information on the roads, bro.
Too
So
much.
he just wanted. Now there's a reason for him to speak about it. Manager moving,
Mm.
team looking good. So there's a highlight now. He's gonna say, "Yeah, man, that's been my thing still," because now she won the lottery, so he has to say that's his thing. It's fine, man.
This is what I'm saying. So you settle for LFC, yeah, basically. I got 180 kits, bro. That's a lot of kits, my bro.
I know. I see, bro.
That's a lot of kits, my
I
bro.
see, bro. When Steve stream, I'm like, what team does he support?
Bro, a lot of kits,
Until I found out it was Newcastle, I'm like, all right, fair enough.
But it's so funny, yeah. Big up Steve as well about it every time. It'll be funny because if I just Newcastle wouldn't have been the team that I would thought that you would even out of all the teams that you like, Newcastle definitely wouldn't have been the one that I think. Accusations being made, is Nature Boy a fake fan? That's a big statement to make against the guy who can allegedly jump higher than VVD.
I didn't bring it up this time. All right. See,
and to be fair, we've never seen it. One day we're gonna have to we have to do like one of these challenges. We'll link up all the mandem. We'll link up myself, Enz, Jerry, Savage, and we're gonna have to do some of these challenges. If he can jump higher than VVD, then he can jump higher than VVD. I'm not here to deny or confirm.
That's true. Can't.
Delusion
is real though. Sometimes.
Again, these are the words of Enzman TV, and they're not the word of mine. No Nature Boy slander will be tolerated. I hear it. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it. Sorry, there was this one. Sorry. Apologies, Hakeem. Apologies. Question: where do you want LFC to go for pre-season / opponents?
Well, we got Arsenal, we got Man United. I know that much.
Where is it? Do you know?
It's going to be in the States.
Oh, in the States. Okay.
Because I think we played them. Hold on, I did have it earlier. I think we played them in Is it August and then is it August, September? I think, or something along those lines. Okay. Hold on, I'll double check that. But yeah, I think we were Arsenal, Man United. Because I think what's his name, Quasi, and that was saying, and Zabiri, they're saying they want to go to a couple of them games.
Okay, that'll be dope for them. That'll be dope for them still.
But I don't know where I'd want us to go. To be fair, I just need them to just bro. I don't know, man. Just go somewhere where you can actually train in it properly, and none of this thing where these men are just dying in the mad heat for no reason.
Bro,
like you can get fit. You don't need the. You know what I'm saying? You don't need them crazy conditions to get fit in it. You can get fit if you do the right training, man. But these men out here, Klopp had these men dying, bro. Coming back, hamstring was gone, quads was missing. You know, it was mad. Triple session when we was back, double session when we was back. Like, didn't they do all of this in preseason, big man? Let them chill now, man. But yeah, I think you can still get fit at home. But I do want to see us play some of the top teams.
But I just want all tough games throughout the entirety of the summer. Like, you can have one easy game. No. One easy game.
Nah, you need more than that, G, man. You have to play you have to up it. You go easy, and then it gets harder.
Okay, but then you do what you did last summer, which is like, I think the toughest team we played was Bayern Munich, right? Yeah, Bayern Munich. We still played the same shitty way. I need you to.
Man United as well in the last preseason. I can't even remember half the teams we played in. I know we didn't do that great.
I can't remember if we played Manchester United. I definitely remember. Obviously, I remember watching the Bayern Munich game because that brother, whoever that Bayern Munich player, scored a banger in that game. I remember that.
Yeah, the youngie. Come on, left back. Was he left back, left winger?
Left back. Yeah.
Just put one in the top corner, bro. Like, so we're not gonna win this one. Did we play AC? No, that was the season before.
That was the season before. No, that was the season before, but it was during the mid-break. You talk about AC Milan, right?
Yeah.
That was in that mid-break because we played AC Milan, I think, and Lyon. Because that's when we saw Barcola for the first time.
Well, yeah, we lost to Lyon, didn't we? Did we lose to? We lost to Lyon in the game, or was it on penalties?
I feel like it was penalties. I feel like I definitely remember us taking penalties and it not going great for us. But yeah, look, end said it, man. It doesn't even matter. Just go anywhere. I don't really care. Just train properly. Let's just if you're saying cool, we're up it, fair enough. I don't really mind that, but I do want that was the year before. Okay, cool. Yeah. whoever. I don't even care. Just play anybody, man. Like play anybody. Just let me see. I'm more concerned with I want to be able to see what the tactics are, and I want to then I can be a bit more assured. So I don't actually care who we play, even if it's a really good team or a really bad team. If we were to lose the game, but I can at least see, okay, but he's trying a little something. I'm going to be a lot more lenient this summer.
Yeah, I think, but I want to play the Arsenals. I want to play Uniteds.
Yeah, of course.
I want to even play City as well, man. I just want to play these teams that we're gonna be. Well, Man United not as such, but I want to play the teams that we're gonna compete against. Because I want them to have that. You know, if we beat them and we cook them up footballing wise, I want them to be like, oh my days. Do you know what I mean? Like, Liverpool are doing this. Yeah, I need that fear in them. At the moment, they don't respect. I don't think they respect us too much. You know. I don't feel like Arsenal, man, then respect us like that still.
This is why I just need, you know, I'm not even going to say it because people are going to be like, oh, how can you want another team to win the league? Well, listen, when the end of the season comes.
I don't need Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I need Man City to win it.
Like, and I need it to be quite, not even crushing. I don't even want a 1 pointer because they'll use that for years and be like, yeah, but Liverpool, no. I need them to be finishing like clear of the Premier League now. Like just 6 points.
At this point now, it's 2 games, so they can't. But I mean,
they can 6 points. I think they can win it by.
Arsenal ain't losing the 2 games, are they? Realistically,
but let's wait and see. Would we still take Cole? Yes, I would take him.
Is it because he's left-footed or because you rate him?
Both. I'm not gonna lie. Both. The fact that he's left-footed is we have no left-footed centre back at all. In fact, yeah, no left-footed centre back.
Needs some balance. Move EVD to the right-hand side. Left-footed centre back in.
There you go. You're answering the question yourself, bro. So you already know.
Balance on that. Yeah, I hear it.
All right, people. Back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. usual, and this time we're going to be looking at the forward line. I know that's the one everyone's waiting for because, and guys, look, just before we even start, and I'm going to say the same thing tomorrow when we start the stream. I don't want to crash it on you know who too much. Like we could talk about him for a hot sec, but let's not crash it on him too tough. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I already know the narrative will be, oh, yo, you know, on G's channel, yeah, them lot were talking crazy. No. I don't care about them.
G, but technically you have now said it because maybe we wouldn't have, but now you're going to leave that.
Bro, let's not act like people weren't thinking this in there.
No. I think maybe you might have caused it if it does become that. Because if you didn't say nothing, maybe we get through the stream and you mention these top players and cool, blah, blah. But now you've said it, people are going to be like, oh my days, anyone at this point is better than him. 100%, that's what everyone. So
guys, as you heard, Enz doesn't rate your train of thought. He thinks that you guys can't think for yourself. Fair enough. I think you guys can all think for yourself, and you guys are smart enough to understand what I'm saying, which is let's just keep it civil. But again, we'll wait until tomorrow. Hopefully, Enz, Jerry, Savage, whoever, they're all free. We can all jump in and have the conversation. Ends. What we got popping, bro? Like what's popping?
Everything that I have is already up now and scheduled. So I think there's only six things left now, and it's scheduled up. So guys, gonna drop a like on them, man. We're gonna do the watch alongs for the last 2 games, previews, and obviously the call in. And then I think that's it. I did do a recording earlier as well, man, but I'm not gonna put it on YouTube just yet. If you guys want to watch it, it's on my Patreon. If you want to go and listen to it, it's already up on Spotify. But yeah, man, Mr. Jesse Lee, man. I don't know if you guys watch him, the modern day Mr. Ruckus or Uncle Ruckus or whatever you guys want to call it. Did like my reaction to a video that he did. It was just talking about societies in general. So yeah. Guys, gonna watch it on Patreon. It's on Spotify.
You guys heard it here first, man. Enz is everywhere. He's literally everywhere. If he's not on YouTube, he's on Patreon. If he's not on Patreon, it's on Spotify. If it's not there, he ain't done it.
Football pitch, bro. I'm on the football pitch coaching.
He's on the full pitch coaching, like Jurgen Klopp, like Arne Slot. Guys, make sure you just smash a like, you share, you subscribe to the channel. G, Enz, we out of here. Peace.